This is my wife, Nicole.
Aww.
And she knows nothing about wrestling belts. And today she's going to be going over some of my WWE Shop belt collection. Some of these are on the stock strap straight from WWE Shop. Some of them have been re-leathered on real leather. Let's hear what she has to say and see if she gives the belts either a thumbs up or a thumbs down. This is going to be interesting to see what she has to say about me collecting wrestling belts.
Disclaimer for all of you hardcore belt fans, you will get pissed.
Alright, Nicole, welcome to the channel. You've been on the channel before a couple times. First and foremost, Nicole, there is there's kind of like this thing in the belt hobby where the husbands will collect belts.
Yeah.
And of course the wives always get mad. Why are you collecting more belts? They just sit around. Why are you spending money? Before we kick off this video, what do you feel about something like this? Do you care that I buy belts? What is your feeling towards this little belt collecting hobby?
My feelings is if it makes you happy, then do it. The wives out there that complain, like, what the heck? As long as the bills are paid, you've got kids, dogs, they're taken care of, you got extra money to splurge, let them spend it on a belt. Now, it's a different story if your bills aren't paid and you ain't taking care of your kids and all that good stuff. Then I can understand. But just to be mad just because they're buying one because, oh, it's taking up too much room, blah, blah, blah. Well, then get a bigger house.
Alright, Nicole, the first belt that we're going to be talking about today is the WWE Universal Blue Championship belt. Now, before we begin, before you rattle off whether you like it or whether you don't like it, a little bit of history about this certain belt. This is the one that Bray Wyatt debuted on an episode of SmackDown when he went to SmackDown. This is the Blue Universal belt. This belt right here is on WWE Shop plates. The sidebars of the belt are actually made by Fandu belts, so they are thicker sidebars. And the leather of this belt is actually real leather by Daniel Ripley in the United Kingdom. Now, Nicole, you can unsnap the belt, hold it in your hands, get a feel for the Universal title, and first initial thoughts of this belt.
Well, I like it.
Giving it a thumbs up already.
Yes, it's beautiful.
Why are you giving this belt a thumbs up? A lot of people hate this belt.
Do they hate it because it's all blue?
The reason belt collectors hate this belt is because the WWE logo in this center is just a giant walking billboard essentially for the company. There's no eagles, there's no globes. It's just a giant WWE logo.
I mean, I think it's a pretty belt. Granted, I feel like it is a lot of blue. I wish there wasn't a lot of blue. Maybe some blue and black would be nice. Like, I know there's black on the back, but, you know, it is what it is. But, I mean, I wouldn't know this was real leather, because I feel like real leather is supposed to be, like, lightweight, I guess.
So you think this leather feels a little thick?
Yes, it's a thick leather. Plates, I know nothing about plates, but these are pretty thick. It's a pretty heavy-duty belt. I feel like you could really kick some butt if you wanted to smack somebody around with it, but, you know. I like all the stones in it. Granted, I wish they were sparkler, like sparkle.
Yeah, the stones in this belt are just the cheap plastic stones. You could get this belt restoned, is what we call it in the belt hobby.
Yeah.
And that would cost you $500 and up.
That's crazy.
Yes, to restone the entire belt with real stones, you're probably looking at around $500 to $800 to restone this belt.
But I do like the details of the leather, and I mean, it is a pretty belt, so I give it a thumbs up.
Alright, Nicole, next up on the list is the current WWE Intercontinental title. This was brought to us in 2019. Shinsuke Nakamura was actually the first one to hold this particular belt. First impressions of this title. Oh no! Why are you giving this belt a thumbs down? Now, a lot of belt collectors would probably agree with you with that.
It's ugly. It's like plain Jane to me. It's just ugly. It's just gaudy. It's just like, here, we made this really quick. Here you go. Take it. I'm assuming real leather.
This belt is on real leather. Good eye, good catch. This leather was done by Matthew Sparks. He is in the USA. I believe he lives in Michigan, I believe. So he did this for his own collection, and he was selling it for a great price, and then I bought it. First impressions of the leather.
The leather is gorgeous. It is a very lightweight leather. It's got some nice detail into it. I also really love this, whatever you call it, this.
That is called a belt tip.
Okay, well, I love the tip. Yeah, I like the leather. I like that it's lightweight.
And taking a look at the back of the belt, as you lay the belt face down, you can see that all of the screws are mostly covered up, except for the two on each side where the side plates are. That's where you can interchange side plates if you want to put like a Shinsuke Nakamura or somebody like that on the belt if they're one of your favorite wrestlers.
Yeah.
But for the most part, the leather is covered up, so you don't have those screws exposed. You saw Daniel Ripley's before, the blue Universal. Mm-hmm. And now you have one from the USA by Matthew Sparks.
Yeah.
Which leather do you prefer, as someone who doesn't really know anything about belts?
I would rather have the lighter weight leather, kind of like this one. Like, it still feels pretty tough, but it's also lightweight. That way it's easier to maneuver and manipulate. But I still give it a thumbs down.
Speaking of the Intercontinental title, Nicole, let's take a look at this classic WWE scratch logo Intercontinental title. This one was primarily used by like Dolph Ziggler, The Miz, when the WWE was using their old scratch logo compared to their current network logo. Now this belt right here in particular was made by Figures Inc. They no longer make these replica belts. These are 5mm thicker plates. This belt is very rare to find. So when I saw this for sale on Facebook, I had to buy it. It's one of those rare belts.
Yeah.
But as someone who knows nothing about belts, Nicole, what do you think about this white Intercontinental title? You've got to be shitting me.
The only thing that I like about this belt is that it's a white leather. I'm assuming real leather, but
This is not real leather. This is actually the standard stock strap that Figures Inc. made years ago.
So I only like it for the color. That's it. Yeah. So it's ugly. It's an ugly belt. I think it's horrible. Like, there's no like bling bling edge to it whatsoever. Like, the only cool thing would probably be like the side plates here. That's the only thing that I think is pretty cool, because you know, the white inside where the W is. Other than that, it's an ugly belt.
Now, can we look at the belt tip for a second? Because the belt previously, we were talking about how intricate that belt tip was.
Yeah.
And now looking at this one, it's just a standard belt tip. What do you think about that one?
It's just plain. I mean, it's got some design around it, but it's just like, you know, it's nothing.
It's just a standard belt tip.
Nothing to wow about. So,
taking a look at the back of the belt, you will see all of the screws are exposed. This is just a standard stock strap. In the middle of it, there is a sewn-on patch saying it is an official licensed WWE replica from Figures Inc. I know Figures Inc. doesn't mean anything to you, but to some belt collectors, that means a whole hell of a lot. To you, nothing.
Nothing. I do like it. It's a nice piece. It makes it like unique. I also like the back of the belt, just with the.
There's like some texture on the back of the belt, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So I do like that. So that is nice.
How does the leather feel in your hand for this being a stock strap?
It's extremely thick.
It's thick. Okay.
I don't like a thick leather like that, or pleather, whatever you want to call it. To me, it's too thick.
So overall, you give this belt a thumbs down.
Unfortunately, it's a thumbs down. I only like it because it's white.
Unbelievable. Getting down to the nitty gritty here, we're talking about a tag team title. Another Figures Inc. replica belt. This is on the stock strap. The WWE Copper Penny Tag Team title. All right, Nicole, first impressions taking a look at this belt. Any guesses why people call this the Copper Penny Tag Belt?
Yeah, because it's copper. Look at it. Look at the color. It looks like a dang
It looks
penny.
like a literal penny, don't it?
It does. Okay, so first thoughts of this belt, because I've told him all the time that I absolutely hate it. I think it's the most ugliest belt ever. However, looking at it now, even though it is ugly and it has like nothing to it, it is actually a pretty belt. And you know, I'm gonna give it a thumbs up.
Are you really?
I am. It is a pretty belt. So let's see. So yeah, so even though there's no bling blingage on it and it's nothing but a freaking copper penny, it is a pretty belt. It is shiny. I like the different color of the coppers in it because one is a lighter color and the other one inside is a orangey color.
It's almost two-tone in a way, right?
Yeah. What do you call these guys? Little Trojan guys?
Yeah, a lot of people just call them Trojan helmet guys. They're like little Viking guys.
So I do like that. So yeah, it is actually a pretty belt now that I actually look at it and it's not just sitting on a shelf.
Ramondo Freeman sold me this belt, and I, like you, did not like this belt much to begin with either, right? To me, it was just, I got this belt simply because it was a rare Figures Inc. belt, like the white Intercontinental we talked about before. The patch is on the back of that one as well. It's showing you that it is Figures Inc. And because this one is the rare one because it is the WWE scratch logo.
Ooh.
So not a lot of these belts are around right now. And like you, I didn't care for it. But my God, I swear, I really, really like this belt now.
Well, sorry, Ramondo. We're going to have to keep it.
Taking a look at the back of the belt, you do have your Figures Inc. patch in the center again, along with a WWE holographic sticker in the middle as well. A lot of people just peel those off. That was there when I got it, so I just left it.
Yeah, I would leave stickers like that on there just because it came with the belt. The patch is nice. Again, it gives it character. Also, the texture of the leather is also nice. I don't like the leather. Is it pleather or real leather?
This is actually the stock Figures Inc. strap, so it is fake leather. It's that fake polyurethane. Usually straps like this are filled with like foam inserts and like a little bit of cardboard to keep the strap strong.
Yeah.
But me, I'm not a fan of things like that. So that's usually why I get my belts re-leathered.
Yeah. I don't like it because it's too thick and it's hard to maneuver and deal with. But the texture on it is nice. If it was probably on real leather, it'd be even nicer. But of course, then you'd have to take the patch off.
And then you lose the proof that this is a Figures Inc. belt. And yeah,
unfortunately,
a lot of hardcore collectors love that patch on the back of the belt. Now, one thing I do want to point out is the snaps on the end where your hand is right there. Typically, belts kind of round off towards the end. Yeah. But this is a thick, squared off end to the leather.
Yeah.
What are your first impressions of that?
I mean, I like it. I like that it's square. It's different. Doesn't hinder it in my book or anything like that. But yeah, like that doesn't bother me. Now, what does bother me is I feel like on this particular leather, it bunches up right here, so I don't like that. So it makes me think that they didn't like straighten the leather out good enough to put the plates on. And it's just, you know, it was like an afterthought. They had to hurry up and make it or something. That's just my opinion on it. I don't like the bunching up right there. I feel like whenever you're moving a belt, if you move it like this way, you shouldn't have all those like ridges and bumps in it.
Shouldn't have all those creases.
Yeah.
But other than that, you give this belt a thumbs up, and I'm really surprised that you actually like this belt now.
I know, as many times as I told you that it's ugly and you should get rid of it.
Yeah, normally I get a new belt in the house. The first thing you do is, and you're like, this belt is ugly, gross, get rid of it.
Nasty.
And now look at you. You've kind of got a soft spot for it now, huh?
I do. It is pretty. So now that I'm like up close and personal with it, other than it being like on the bottom shelf, I give it a thumbs up. So.
And the last belt on our list for today's video is the WWE Shop Blue Big Eagle belt. Nicole, first impressions taking a look at this belt. Oh, what the hell?
This belt.
Now listen, before you go too crazy into this belt collectors have been waiting for this belt for nearly 20 years to come out so they could own a replica. This belt was only around for maybe a year on WWF television at the time, before they transferred to a black wrestling belt. The likes of this belt were only held by Stone Cold and Kane. But belt collectors loved this belt. We were clamoring for an official replica, and it recently came out. And now you're taking a look at it going, this belt's a piece of shit.
It's ugly. And it's not cute. It's not cool. It needs to be something different.
So you would prefer the blue universal belt with a giant W instead of an eagle and the world and all that?
I mean, do something different. You can still have an eagle in the world, but it's the same daggum eagle every time. has to be
And
different.
the reason it's the same eagle on this belt and that bootleg belt you were looking over there and to your right is because this belt was made by a guy named Joe Marshall. He made this belt for the WWE, and then they later transitioned to the black WWF scratch logo. So he just basically put it on a black leather strap. Taking a look at the WWE logo up top, it is the WWE block logo. It's not the current logo that we all know. It's not the scratch logo on this Intercontinental title.
Back in the day logo.
Exactly. It's the retro back in the day logo.
I used to watch wrestling back in the day with my great-grandpappy.
Now you know exactly what the WWF logo looks like, right?
Yeah.
This has the WWE version that's been altered to look like a WWE logo because they can't use WWF on a WWE belt.
Yeah,
Does that bother you at all that it has a WWE logo on it?
No.
Taking a look at the back of the belt, you do have your WWE patch, your sewn-on patch in the center of the belt, letting you know it is official belt. This is the adult-size metal replica. All of the screws are covered on the back of the belt with this brown simulated croc backing. What do you think about that?
No, I love it. I love that. I mean, I like the patch because it's nice, of course, gives it detail. I love the back. If like all of your belts could have this type of back on it, that'd be great. But yeah, I love the back. Like that's probably the only thing that I love about this belt, other than this weird little white thing that's on this plate right here.
Oh, okay. Let's talk about that real quick. That is a McMahon, you know, Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
Stephanie, Shane, all of them. That is the McMahon family crest.
Oh, okay. I see it now since I'm looking at it a different way. Okay, it's a lion.
Some people say it's a crest. Some people say it's the coat of arms. And it's supposed to translate at the bottom, champion of the era in Latin.
Oh, that's cool.
So these are 5mm plates from WWE shop. Like a dark blue leather, holding the belt up. How does the leather feel in your hands?
Is it real leather?
This is the standard WWE stock strap on that fake polyurethane strap.
Okay. Yeah, see, I don't like it because it is thick. I wished it was on real leather with the weird crocodile.
Okay, so let's
whatever.
pretend this is your belt.
Oh, Lord.
Let's
Toss it out in the grass.
let's pretend this is your belt. You're talking about real leather.
Mm-hmm.
If this was your belt, would you spend $300 to re-leather a belt?
No, because it's a piece of shit belt.
So you are giving the coveted Big Eagle belt a thumbs down.
Thumbs down. But like I said, the only thumbs up about it is the back. That's it.
Alright guys, that is my wife Nicole rating some of my WWE shop belts. Like this video if you guys want to see a part 2. This was a lot of fun. Really interesting that she prefers the blue Universal belt over the blue Big Eagle belt. Did you have fun making this video?
I did. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it.
You definitely come back and do a part 2?
Of course.
Absolutely. Alright guys, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked this video, give it a like. Subscribe if you are new, because you know I like to upload new videos every week, or at least every other week. So again, thank you guys so much for watching this video. My name is Stephen Hammer. This is Mrs. Hammer, and we'll see you guys next time.
Peace.